we have the wonderful haunted house here, and it's in VR at the moment. And we're going to look at this table today, and I'm going to look at some other VR pinball tables coming up in another series, guys. So if you like VR, you want to see VR pinball, make sure you subscribe if you haven't subscribed. But just look at this gorgeous haunted house, guys. It's in virtual pinball, and it's done by the team that right now is producing the best virtual pinball tables, and that is the VpinWorkshop team. They're the guys, they're the team that are putting together these incredible tables. And not only, guys, do these tables just look sensational, and they look sensational. I mean, look at this. Look at this. We've got a little dust on the glass there. Beautiful shading and lighting. And you can see the reflection of the back box. Guys, this table is a table that, you know, I played in VPX before. I have played it in real life a long time ago. And this is the first time really in VR that I've really, and it's the same with all their particular tables. And sure, there's other authors as well that do a great job, you know, in VR. The experience is amazing. But these VpinWorkshop guys, they put attention to detail, and it shows. And it's not only just how beautiful this thing looks, and of course we're in a pretty cool VR location, it's how it plays, guys. It's the physics. And I've been banging on about physics for a long time, and I've gone on a lot about it in Pinball FX. But let's just get in here and have a bit of a play. I'll try not to move around too much since we are in VR. So guys, let's give it a go. Let's give this a play. And let's just experience these physics while I talk to you now. It's not going to be absolutely silky smooth because I'm obviously screen capturing as we play. But this is, you know, for me, guys, this is 90 frames a second locked in VR, and it's instant flipper response. There's no lag, and quite frankly, guys, it's the most realistic way to experience pinball, period. And with the table quality and the level of physics that are in these VpinWorkshop tables, like I'm stunned. And you know, I've been fairly critical in a positive way when we've looked at physics, especially in Zen's offering. Don't want to take away what Pinball FX and the Zen team have done. They're a commercial operation, they have commercial constraints, and they've done extremely well with the latest Pinball FX, and their physics is better, but I still find it a little inconsistent, guys, their physics, which is a bit of a shame in the new Pinball FX. And VPX always had just a sort of a slightly better feel, in my opinion, but it always was a little bit soft previously, whereas Pinball FX physics is really sort of a little bit harsh and a little bit hard, if that makes sense. And now with these VpinWorkshop release tables, which I think's got the even fuzzy physics, guys, I'm not a full bottle on all the under the hood stuff, but now they've got this. They've just got the right weight to the ball. It moves realistically, and ultimately at the end of the day, guys, that's all I've ever wanted, was just, see how that drops in there, was just a ball that moves realistically. And tables can be different, and you know, this table is a great example of an early 80s table which plays very different to a later Williams table, as it should. and it does in real life, right? The physics is just the same in terms of constant, real life physics being applied over the top. The table, reacts a little bit differently with the slope and the surfaces and the rubbers and, the coils that are used in the particular machine. Like this is a Gottlieb table. These flippers, they react and are very, very much like a Gottlieb you would expect. These flippers aren't stand flippers. They're just not. And that's the thing. That's why these tables are so incredible, because you hop on them and you just go like, this is, especially in VR, guys, it's just like life. And it's a shame you guys can't see on, through the TV just exactly what this looks like for me. But effectively, just imagine yourself just standing in front of a real machine. Once you start playing and you're in this VR environment, you soon lose all sense of normal reality and you just feel like this is real. It's that good, and I'm not overselling it. It's, you want real life experience pinball, then this is the way to do it. And the VpinWorkshop tables, I mean, look at the way this ball was moving around, guys. I mean, I've never had such an awesome game on this particular table in visual pinball. And I have to be careful where my face is hitting the bottom here. But look, I can look down here, guys, into the depth of the middle of this table. You just can't do that when you're playing in 2D. And it's that realism along with just how beautiful the table looks, and with this amazing physics, I can't even, guys. I still don't want to take anything away from Zen and their product, because they have an excellent commercial product. It should be supported, needs to be supported. Both platforms have their pros and cons, and there's room, for both. And I think, Virtual Pinball over the years has helped Pinball FX grow. So there is that. But of course, these tables aren't commercially licensed, if you like. And so we're very lucky to be able to have this sort of level of quality just produced by the community. We're very lucky to have people like Zen in the community that are also, providing another commercial angle and having the two coexist. It's an experience for everyone. It's a little bit more setup and stuff with VPX. Some people like just plug and play, and then, Pinball FX might be for them. Some people don't really care about the physics, guys, as much as I do. Some people just want to play like slap bang pinball 2D with a controller. I get that, right? And that's fun, and that's the thing. And so not everyone needs this experience. But all I'm saying is that if you want the best, most realistic virtual pinball experience, then you've got to play on VR, and you've got to play these VpinWorkshop tables. Because, guys, as I said before, I've never enjoyed this table as much as I have now. Like, it just... And I know what it's like when I've bought a few real tables in my life. I'm through 7 or 8 now. And, when you get a real table, there's so much more enjoyment than if you played it just virtually, because you just got that added extra dimension of everything, moving around correctly as it should. But this does the same thing. It's unreal. And normally I wouldn't just keep playing over and over and over the same game in VPX. You play and then you tend to shift and go onto another table, and typically, you know, I get seduced by the later Stearns and, you know, the later Williams, the 90s Williams tables, Bally's. And I don't really play these earlier ones. I mean, I've owned earlier tables, like Firepower and so forth. Wow, guys, like I can't get over just how beautiful this is, even with the reflections. It's just incredible. It really is. So look, we'll just do one more, because I think you get the idea. And if you're watching the ball, and hopefully I'm not making you too seasick with moving around too much with my head, but if you're seeing the ball move, hopefully it looks natural to you, but when you're actually playing it, it's just even more so. And it's to the point where you literally forget about physics at all, because you're just enjoying playing awesome pinball. Because everything's moving and everything looks the way it should, and being in full 3D, you're not missing out on anything, guys. And I'm just using a little controller, which does have a little lockdown bar. I don't have all the force feedback or nudge set up on this little controller. I've got that on my main cabinet, and of course I could have VR using my cabinet, but it's not in the right position for me, so I can't do that. But eventually I will add force feedback and nudge control to this controller that I'm using here on my VR PC, guys, and that's just gonna make it even more immersive. Funnily enough, I don't miss you know, the lighting doff effects which you get on my real cabinet. Not to say that it's not good, because it's still nice when you're playing in that form factor. VR's not going to work for everyone, guys. VR, this sort of experience is for yourself, for you to enjoy solo. You know, swapping headsets and stuff. I don't know. It's not great. You want to play on the cabinet for all other virtual pinball. That's what I think anyway. But when you're by yourself and you want to indulge, you want to practice playing on a particular, maybe you're going to go on a comp, you could practice on this, guys, and get good. And I'm sure you could hop into a comp and you'd be good. Man, it's just so cool. So cool how that ball goes down there in VR. That bottom playfield is a bottom playfield. And, you know, everyone goes on about how awesome this table is. And it's, you know, one of Gottlieb's absolute classics, right? And it is. It's an awesome game. Oh, look at the way that ball stopped there. And the way it came down that ramp. Just all those things, guys. Oh, seriously. I can't get enough. Oh, yes. Yes. Yes, guys. This is the dream. And every single machine, I say machine, every table that these guys are releasing now, it's this sort of quality in both lighting, the way that the ball moves. Yeah. Yeah, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna take this off, and we'll just put that there to finish off. So I can't take these headphones off. I got them on an angle while I was recording this. But guys, look, I hope you got a sense for what I'm experiencing here. If you haven't checked out VpinWorkshop VPX tables, go check them out. As I said, keep supporting people like Zen. It's important that you do. It helps pinball, virtual pinball overall, and everyone wins, guys. But yeah, these guys have got it. These tables are 10 out of 10. Every single release now that they release is just going to be like getting this machine at home. It's that good. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. Look forward to seeing you on the next one. Until then, keep on keeping on.